Before we get started, you know domaintools.com, right? I can type whois.sc/domain name really fast, and I do it daily, but until recently, I didn't know how powerful their other tools were. If I want a domain name, I can set a free alert to notify me when it changes status. If it goes to auction, I can use their sales history tool to find comps and determine my maximum bid price. If I buy it and develop the domain name into a business, I can set up alerts for any domains registered that contain my trademark, and I can set up registrant alerts of all my competitors so I can keep an eye on what domains they're buying and know what they're up to before they make any announcements. Domaintools.com needs to be in your toolbox like it's in mine. Go sign up for an account on domaintools.com today. My second sponsor is David E. Westlow at Wiley Rhine. Imagine having a legal issue like a UDRP or a cease and desist. Imagine having to get an agreement put together quickly for buying or selling a domain name. And imagine going to your family lawyer who just doesn't get it, or one of the expensive law firms in your city who are going to invoice you for thousands upon thousands of dollars. Then imagine going to David E. Westlow, who will understand your domain name portfolio and your intellectual property assets, understand the domain name environment, and be able to help you out quickly. David E. Westlow. I recommend him. I trust him. I suggest you give him a call. Your initial consultation is free. David E. Westlow at Wiley Rhine. Finally, our newest sponsor is Protrata, the domain exchange. Protrata is an amazing new platform for professional domainers and newcomers alike. Protrata makes trading domain names easy. With just a few clicks, you can analyze, bid, buy, and sell domains across all of the major marketplaces, including Namejet, GoDaddy, SnapNames, and Craigslist. You can also develop stagnating domains you own into great-looking, content-rich, socially active websites that will rank at Google and Bing. This tool is more comprehensive than any other I've seen. If you only use it for its 21 powerful buying filters, you'll get your money's worth. Get your free 14-day trial now at protrata.com. Protrada.com. Here's your program. Hey everyone, my name is Michael Seiger and I'm the publisher of DomainSherpa.com, the domain name authority and the place where you can learn how to become a successful domain name entrepreneur directly from the experts themselves. Today's guests are Arif, Şengören, and Merve Engin with Nokta Domains. Did I get those names correctly?
Yes, perfect.
Excellent. In July 2011, the sales team at Nokta Domains closed the highest domain name sale in Turkish history. Uçak Bileti, which is spelled UCAKBILETI.com, which means flight ticket in Turkish, sold for $250,000 US. We're going to find out how they acquired it, how they valued it, how they marketed it, and sold it for top dollar. Along the way, we're also going to learn about some other transactions and where the Nokta Domains business is heading. Thank you for joining me on today's show.
Thank you for having us, Michael.
Yeah, thanks.
So where are you joining me from today?
We are joining from headquarters office in Ankara, the capital of Turkey.
Excellent. And what time is it right now in Turkey?
It's almost 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. All right. Well, I appreciate you staying after. Well, you guys probably work, all hours of the evening, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for staying late to do today's show. How long have you both been working for Nokta Domains?
I've been working here for 2 years.
And mine is almost a year. It will be a year next month.
Excellent. And how long has Nokta Domains been operating?
Nokta was founded in 2002, so we are almost in this business for 10 years. And we also have more than 100,000 domain names in our portfolio.
Wow. And how many employees are there in your company?
8 employees.
8 employees. All right. So let me ask you a few questions about, well, before we get to the size of the portfolio, which I want to ask you about, Nokta, I searched on Nokta on the internet, and I found that there's more companies or more entities named Nokta. What does Nokta actually mean in English? It's a Turkish word, I understand. What does it mean in English?
Yeah, it's a Turkish word and it means dots in English.
Dot. Okay, so you're using the dot metaphor for
Internet business.
An internet business.
Yeah.
Great. And so let's learn a little bit about your portfolio. I went to your website, and you have quite an amazing portfolio. How many domains does Nokta Domains, the company, own?
We have approximately 110,000 domain names.
And how do they break out generally by TLD? Are they all .com or most of them .com?
Actually, almost 65,000 are .coms. Between 30 and 35,000 are co-UKs, and about 2,000 COSA and some of DE, some of ES, and some nets and some orgs. But most of our TLDs are .coms and .co.UKs.
Okay, .org, .net, .es for Spain, .de for Germany. Did you say COSA?
Yeah, South Africa.
And what is that extension?
Co.za.
Co.co.za. I understand. I wanted to specify for the transcriber. Well, to be honest, I didn't understand which one it was, but it helps for the transcription. Okay, so a lot of .coms and .co.uk's. How come a majority aren't .com.tr for Turkey or .tr for Turkey?
Actually, in Turkey, it's very hard to get .com.tr domain names. The people, if they want the .com.tr domain names, they have to be a company. You don't have .com domain names in Turkey for .com.tr. You have to be a company. You have some legal issues, and you can sell that domain names. That's why we prefer to use .coms.
So the registry in Turkey that assigns domain names, the .tr, that .com.tr, they won't sell them to you as a broker to sell to other companies. You actually have to have a physical company doing work. So if I started, say, a bicycle company in Turkey and I manufacture bicycles, could I buy bicycle.com.tr?
Actually, I don't think that you can buy bicycle.com.tr, but you can have your company name. I don't know. For example, Bianchi, you can buy bianchi.com.tr. Bicycle is a very generic one, so I don't think everyone that can have that name.
And for people that are living in Turkey, do they, if they were to go to their browser and type in a domain name because they wanted to find out about bicycles, would they type in bianchibicycles.com or would they type in bianchibicycles.com.tr?
Actually, they generally Google the bicycles.
They just go to Google and...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you find that most companies in Turkey, most large companies that are maybe focused just on the nation of Turkey, will they buy their company name as a .com or as a .com.tr, or will they typically buy both?
International ones typically buy both, but Turkish ones, national ones, typically buy .com.tr.
Okay. So on buses and other billboards, you might see just .com.tr extension.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So I went to the Nokta Domains website and I was looking at your fine portfolio and I was, drooling over some of the domain names and I saw that you actually own 3 million domains, or that you have 3 million domains listed. What's the differential between owning 110,000 domains and having 3 million listed? How is that possible?
Actually, like I said before, we own more than 100,000 domain names, but we also sell our partners' domain names like Name Media and Frank Schilling. That's
Okay.
why we have 3 million in Nokta Marketplace.
I understand. All right. And are all the employees of Nokta Domains located in Turkey, or do you have some in the UK and some in the US?
We used to have an office in Berkeley, but now we are in all Turkey.
Great. And just to give our audience an idea of how big Nokta Domains is, can you share the revenue of the company?
Yes, of course. It's between $3 and $4 million for a year.
Per year.
Yeah.
Excellent. And is most of that revenue generated from domain name sales directly?
Yeah, directly. Most of the revenue comes from domain sales, but we also have parking pages. We have been working with monetizers. So some of our revenue come from also PPC.
Excellent. Do you know what percentage generally comes from PPC? Pay-per-click advertising that's displayed upon your domain names?
I can say that 30% comes from PPC, and the other comes from domain sales.
Excellent. All right. So let's get into when and how you sold the domain name. So in July, you sold uçakbileti.com domain name. How did that sale come about?
Actually, it's a very, very long story, as the negotiation took 8 months, more than 8 months. Yeah, we were negotiating with the buyer 8 months ago, and after having lots of negotiations, we finally sold the domain in July.
Okay. So that was a really long process that you boiled down to one sentence. And what we're going to do is we're going to dig into every little part of that. But first, let me ask you, how did you first come to own uçakbileti.com?
It was acquired in 2001. It was a drop acquisition from that registrar. And I think the price is less than $100.
So somebody hand registered it to begin with, then said this has no value. They let it drop, and you acquired it off of the drop.
Yeah, maybe they forgot to renew the domain. Yeah.
So you acquired it off the drop in 2001, and you held it for basically 10 years before you were able to sell it for $250,000.
Yeah.
And during that 10 years, did you receive very many inquiries for the purchase of that domain name?
Yeah, we got lots of offers for this domain, especially for the 2 years. The offers were increased for this domain.
So over the past 2 years, from 2009 to 2011, you've seen an increase in the number of offers coming in for that domain.
Yeah, yeah.
And so when you say you've received a lot of offers, can you quantify that for us? Over the past 2 years, how many offers might you expect on, did you roughly, and I know you'd have to go back and look at the data, if you had to estimate, how many offers per month would you receive on uçakbileti.com?
I guess it's more than 10.
10 per month?
Yeah.
Okay. And the offers would typically come in via email, or they would come in via form on your website, or how would that work?